cute dolls. Hi, my cute little puppets. Hi, my cute little action figures. Hi to all of my lady viewers, since I have so many. Welcome back to another episode of the Cute Doll Podcast. Today is crazy. First of all, it's gorgeous outside. Weather is fine. It's like, I didn't even notice it. It's just like a little tiny bit cold. It feels like date night weather. And it's so pretty outside. I guess I'm gonna start off this podcast with everything I'm grateful for, because yes, we are gonna do that right now. I'm grateful for my family. Grateful for, my health, and that my family's healthy, and everyone's here. So that's really cool. I'm grateful for my apartment and my internet, and always being warm and always being fed, and always having having a PC, being able to stream, having my Twitch cute doll. I'm grateful for having my Lost Ark game. I'm grateful for I'm grateful for the view. I'm grateful for, I really like my floor to ceiling windows. I'm grateful for my floor to ceiling windows. I'm grateful that, I got up this morning, that even though I didn't want to, I still made content. I'm grateful for this soda. It tastes really good. I like them a lot. Okay, in my Amazon storefront. And grateful for my electricity and my internet and all the services I get to buy and all the food I get to eat and stuff. I'm really grateful for all those things. Grateful for my body, and grateful for my hair, and grateful that for all of my senses, that I can see and type, and that I have good motor skills and everything like that. And for youth, I'm grateful for youth. Grateful that I don't have any wrinkles. And today I was really, I feel like in the morning, this is my morning, it's way after 10 p.m. I've just been really, okay. So, it's really hard to pick a direction of where to start with this podcast. If you're one of my followers, this podcast is literally about nothing. You can just skip it. I literally, there's not going to be no big announcement at the end, no major tea spill. There's literally no drama. And you know what? My parents always used to talk about this when we were little. They're one of the worst things that can happen to you is if you have nothing to do, because sometimes humans, they put themselves into trouble or find ways to make something happen just for the sake of it happening, and then they get into a lot of trouble just maybe because they're bored or they have nothing to do. And one thing I take a lot of pride in is being able to survive in the boredom, and actually finding my peace and meditative state and just happiness. Even though nothing is not always going on for me, I still can be functional. So I'm really grateful for that too. But I do want to talk about some things that I'm gonna go ahead and have to do. Okay, I'm gonna preface this with, I believe deep down in my mind, And I don't know how I have such a big ego and so much confidence with lack of proof. In reality, I just know, like, people always are saying, like, you're a narcissist, you're entitled, and I don't know how. I don't know how I have this. I don't know. But deep down inside, in my brain, in my conscious and my subconscious mind, they're all aligned for many years to believe that, you know, that's why I have, you know, this ego and entitlement, and that's why I have confidence. I don't know how. I know how. Okay. I remember when I was 14 years old. Oh, was I 14? Hold on. No. Maybe 13. Maybe 13. In school, I was not pretty at all, but I was very skinny though. But at that age, I didn't even know like what skinny was. Like, I didn't even think I was skinny, but I was so skinny. But I was not pretty, and you know, I never got bullied. Nobody was ever like, you're ugly. Like, nobody ever did that. But at the same time, I was not one of the popular girls. So every single day after school, you know, my sisters and I, we all finish our homework and stuff at home. But like, we go to each other's bedrooms, and I used to ask my youngest sister, because she was really popular in her high school. She was like the most popular girl, and I asked her, like, how do I be popular? Like, how do I be like popular? Yeah. And then so she told me that I can't believe I asked her that. And she told me, she said, this is my younger sister. She's 2 years younger than me. I have two sisters. And so she told me that, she said this exactly. She was like, you can't buy confidence in a bottle. And I literally named one of my perfumes in my perfume line, Confidence in a Bottle, and Perfection in a Bottle. So confidence in a bottle, like, she said that to me. But she didn't really give me, like, I don't know what happened the rest of the night, but she didn't really give me any advice, like, you should do this, or wear your hair like this, or do this, like, nothing like that. And that was, like, before I wear makeup. Like, I was in, like, 7th grade, I believe. I don't know. The timelines are kind of shifty. I don't remember, because, like, it's between 5th and 7th grade, but I remember, like, not being popular in 7th grade, and that is a time I really wanted to be popular. So that's when I asked my sister, and she said that you can't buy confidence in a bottle. And I think unknowingly, like, that, like, 14-year-old version of me manifested being confident today. That's the only explanation I have. Because then after that, as soon as I turned 18, I was, like, to the moon. I really do believe I was, like, always the prettiest, but I never knew it. But it's kind of hard to say for college, because I was in a sorority and there are a lot of pretty girls in my sorority, but I think I was a different kind of pretty. So, anyways, let's move on. So the whole confidence thing, preface it with, that's probably how I got confident, is because of that manifestation, that realization, when I was realizing, like, you know, like, this is how it looks like when that girl is popular. That's how everyone talks about her, treats her, and I wanted that. So I guess I manifested that because, you know, it looked desirable. So anyways, yeah, that's kind of weird then, that I just want to ban everyone that's, like, you know, in love with me, but that's what we're going to now. So a couple days ago, I had the thought, and you guys know I'm very self-sabotaging. Like, if I get something nice and I don't believe I deserve it, I will, like, ruin it or throw it away or destroy it or ban it or something. So and that destructive, like, behavior, like, you know, in my religion, I'm Hindu, but my mom told us that all the religions are real when we were little, so I believe that. And I'm also like, Hinduism is a polytheistic religion, so we believe in multiple gods, so it's not really that hard for me to believe that all the other gods are real too. So like, there's a god, his name is Shiva, and that's like my favorite god, and he's like the lord of like destruction. But actually, one fun fact is that my real name in Indian, in Hindi, like in the Hindu culture, it means like the Hindu goddess of education, art, and music. So literally, that's kind of funny that like everyone would think that's that. But all growing up, she was my favorite god, and I always like try to name my character after that. There's like a Shiva, like I forgot what those avatars are called that you can spawn in Final Fantasy X, and every single time I spawned that boss to fight for us, I just was so happy. I just love seeing it. And one time I had a dream about Shiva, and I told my like great uncle, I told my mom, and then my mom told my great uncle, because we're all like, the whole family was like in the car, and he came to visit us, and he told, he was like, you know, that's really good that you dreamt about Shiva. You know, some people, they like, you know, they like take medication and go into like deep meditations to try to dream of God. And I was like, oh, cool. Anyways, so I remember that dream still. It was really cool. I was in college, and it was like our first house. I had two roommates, and all girls, and I just dreamt that like I was playing Granado Espada at the time. I just dreamt that like I went to our living room, and like Shiva was like huge, just like floating in the living room, and it was really cool because I was like 18 or 19 years old, so that was really cool for me. But anyways, he is like a destruction god. Anyways, so that's, I really don't think it's a bad thing. Also, I adapted a lot of personality traits from my dad, who's like very like ragey, and he's like very alpha male, and I feel like in a way he's like kind of like a destroyer too, because he would also like sabotage a lot of stuff, or you know, destroy stuff, like not like physically, but like just like, it's really hard to explain, honestly. But I'm just like him. It's kind of like toxic, like being toxic, you know? So, and it's kind of like something I kind of want to keep. Like, it kind of keeps me humble, you know? I don't think it's terrible. If that's just the worst thing about me, then that's fine. Honestly, it's not that bad, honestly. I never just want to be like completely happy. I guess. No, I don't know. I really don't understand it yet. Maybe in some years I'll understand. But so 2 days ago, I had this random thought in my mind, and the second preface I want to make with everything I just told you is that I also believe that I'm ahead of my time, and that all my ideas are really future forward. A lot of the stuff I said, it always just comes true years and years later, or then finally people start catching on and doing the same thing. Like, for years I have been telling you guys, I told you guys on my podcast, and I made some TikToks about it even years before that, and I just keep always saying, like, you know, I want to thank my parents for my genes, and I got this from my mom and this from my dad. And then literally, that's why I look like this today, and I'm so perfect, and I'm happy because I got those genes. Now there's literally a trend on TikTok that Gen Z is doing with their parents, putting like pictures of their parents in like little slideshows, and then them, and writing meme comments and stuff like that, and doing different trends, all based on genetics. And literally, like, they would have like mom and daughter lookalikes doing meme trends on TikTok, daughter and father lookalikes doing memes on TikTok of trends related to genes. So like, it's like I've already noticed that. And I also do think that Gen Z, even though I'm a millennial, and Gen Z is like falling off pretty hard. Like, for a long time they were really cool, but now a lot of people are finding a lot of not cool stuff about them, like how they're aging faster than us and stuff. And I just think Gen Z, though, is one of the only generations that I could relate to, that not that I relate to, is like, I think that they're smart, because they, on the TikToks, they are saying stuff in their trends, even though their trends are like morbid and very, I don't know the word to say, but they are saying stuff that I realized like in 2021 about my whole life, about the whole lifespan of like a human. Like, they are understanding, you know. And for a long time I was just like, how can nobody even like see this stuff? Like, how come nobody else is like awake? Like, everybody else just, they have no clue, no vision. And I used to date a couple guys, and every single time, because I'd be dating them and it was a long time ago, before I was really just found myself, so I would just tell them like everything, and some of the stuff I would tell them, I would be worrying about the future, like so far in the future. They'd be like, don't worry about it so far in the future, worry about it like later on. And a lot of people, like, for me now, I don't worry about the future all the time. Instead, I just focus on the present. And I just focus on the present now. And but I always put things into perspective of the whole lifespan, and even beyond it and before it, everything. So I always just keep that in mind. And it's just basically I do believe that I'm future forward. I know I do a lot of stuff. You guys are like, why are you doing that? And let me just give you a couple quick breakdowns. First of all, I don't want to talk to you on Twitch because you give me the ick. You guys are forcing me to talk to you. You know I don't want to talk to you. I know right now my hair is wet, but I'm too pretty to talk to you. I know that. Okay. It's hard for me. It's difficult for me to trying to catch my words and my thoughts. I don't want to talk to you, and then everybody is like trying to just what is that word, like threaten me, intimidate me into like talking to them, like, oh, you're AI, if you don't talk to me, you're AI, and all these different things. And it's like not even cute, and it's just like they're just gonna do like what North America did and just start reporting me again and try to get me banned. And it's just not funny. It's like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, as a woman, I am highly intuitive. I know when the moment you guys start writing in the chat, I have already read you. I already know exactly. I know that you're not going to help me. I know you're wasting my time. I know you don't even like me. I know that I know everything. I already know. And those people that forcing me to talk to them, you guys give me a literal ick. The ick, I've been talking about the ick forever, for a year on my podcast. Guys I've been on dates with, guy the day before the date, just getting so sick. I literally, my intuition is crazy. I just don't want to talk to you, okay? And you know, I'm gonna find a way around that, and I won't talk to you. I like reading the hate comments because it gives me a sentiment of where I am, really. I noticed there's a lot of repeated comments, like one person and their friends will all come in and talk about me being AI, but then a whole bunch of people later on will say the same thing. I don't know if they're just reading the chat history or something, or maybe it's still there for them. I don't know why the comments are so similar every single day. That set of comments is similar, then a new day comes and then we get a new comments, and then those following comments are similar. I don't know why, but it seems to be a trend. But I feel really bad because here are the two major points of the video. First, I had a thought about 2 days ago. I was just so upset, and I was just like, and by the way, 30 viewers is not enough for me. It's just not enough. I just rather, see, destruction. I just rather have 0. Like, if it's gonna be 30, I just rather have 0. Okay, like, anyways. So, I had a thought, like, it's so bad. It's just, I think I'm future forward. I think that I have a point, but I just can't see it yet, okay? But I just believe, like, at one point, I was just like, you know, I only have 3 core viewers left. And at one point, I was just like, you know, I don't even care if I lose them, because, like, then I could just do whatever I want, you know? And then I kind of wonder, like, you know, is that why I banned the other ones? Like, I feel guilty because I'm like, maybe I just banned them so I don't have to do, like, a whole bunch of work. But that's not true. That's just, like, my other, like, self, like, just playing devil's advocate with myself, or, like, second-guessing myself. But that's not true. That's not what happened. But I do feel guilty about that, you know? And so I do feel like that. And it's really hard for me because it's like, as I enter different phases of possible fame, it's like I'm gonna be encountering new problems, you know? But this problem about the viewers that just come in, and, you know, I've had this problem, so it's basically dealing with different personalities. How am I gonna handle it? Am I gonna ban him? You know, so we're talking about this one person I'm gonna ban. I'm gonna ban him right now. So basically, somebody's just, like, doting on me in my Twitch chat. They're like, you look like Cleopatra, you're a queen, blah blah blah, I love you. Like, it's just like, shut the fuck up. Like, okay, I don't like that. And the reason why I don't like that, and I thought about it all while in the shower, all while doing my makeup, was just all consumed me. The reason why I don't like that, I think, is because I'm part of, like, American culture. And in American culture, celebrities, we only compliment them once a year when they go to the Met Gala. And, you know, even sometimes when they go to the Met Gala, we still don't compliment them. We actually diss them. Okay, next. How we treat celebrities. Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez. We just always, like, when we see them, we don't be like, hi, Selena, you look so pretty today, blah, 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 blah. No, we go, hi, Selena, what's going on with Benny Blanco? Do you still love Justin Bieber? How do you feel about Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber's engagement? That's what we do to people we like in America, okay? We don't be like, hi, nobody ever goes up to Selena Gomez and be like, hi, you look like an Egyptian queen. You're Cleopatra. Like, nobody does that. And it's just like, that for me is a red flag, because in my experience as a Twitch streamer, people like that, it never has ended well. Never. They either, oh God, okay, I'm gonna tell you the worst scenario. The worst scenario is that they always come back to your chat, they always keep talking to you, but then someone else new will come to the chat, and the new person will intentionally make you angry, and then when that person gets punished, banned, or you ignore them or whatever, the person that likes you is going to be like, hey, why did you ban them? Why did you ignore them? It's the worst thing ever. They just don't belong. You don't belong in the cute doll simulation. You don't belong. You're not a good fit for my community, and so I'm banning you. People, they like me, but they just lurk. People, they like me, I know they like me because they always express to me when they're in person, if they're like my ex or whatever, or if they have a private moment, they always express to me how much they like me. And so I already know, I know people like me. That's not the issue. But it's like awkward then if I'm known for getting hate comments and getting roasted all the time for my gear and my gameplay. If I'm known for that, and then you're just sitting in my chat, like, doting me over and over and over again, And other people coming to the chat, it's the same thing as the reason why I banned all those other people, including some of my past mods, because they're taking up space. You're not supposed to be there. If you are not there taking up that spot, he's literally blocking my manifestation. Something better can come in. You know, I'd rather it be dead silent, a dead chat. It's either gonna be a dead chat, or it's gonna be one that's moving, and more people are there. They could have mixed comments, but you cannot be the only person talking in my chat over and over and over again, just all you, and you saying weird shit. Just get out, okay? It's weird. I don't want it. I don't need it. Give it to someone else, okay? I think it's worthless. And then I was also thinking, like, you know, isn't it like about money? Is it because he didn't sub or donate? I would hate it even more if they sub or donate and be weirdos. Anyways, all right, next. So I'm gonna be banning him and clearing him out, and I feel really bad because people were, my other chatters were being really nice to him, and they were talking to him and stuff, and I feel really bad because every single time you guys think you're making a new friend, I just ban them. You know, honestly, this is crossing my boundaries, and I never put down my boundaries soon enough. But today, that happened yesterday, so today I will. It's not something I want. It's not something I care about. If the chat is flowing and there are 2 or more people talking, you could say whatever you want as long as it doesn't bring Twitch TOS. But I hate when people come to my chat and they act like it's like a personal DM. They disrespect me so much. They act like nobody's even reading my chat. So many people are reading my chat. So many people are watching every single thing I do. I even forget that people are watching me, how quiet it is. People are watching me all the time. Some people don't miss anything I do. And then, like, it's just really, like, disrespectful that people come to my chat and they're acting like, you know, oh, nobody's here, so I'm just gonna bother you. No. Well, people are here, but they're lurking. I actually prefer you to lurk. Was there anything else I wanted to add? I'm banning him. Boundaries. I do feel bad about, you know, always just keep banning people. I know you guys don't understand. I know nobody understands. They're like, you know, if you want to grow, you want viewers, you have to. I don't have to put up with this. I don't have to put up with anything. For the viewer count, it's like, for me, 30 is nothing, and I think that's a good sign because it means that like even when I got 80 viewers, I wasn't nervous. I was still, you know, being normal. So I think I'm ready, but I know it's not just gonna happen, you know, for me, like it happens for everyone else, you know, because it's not gonna just happen for me like it's gonna happen for everyone else. And it's just basically because of 2 polar reasons. First of all, I'm just like way too pretty to just be given, like I think I'm so pretty, and I think like people are just not gonna let me have it because I am so pretty. The other polar opposite is like I have like I'm not following the traditional streamer route. I really do believe like I'm creating a new category. I just really like, you know, I just really doing what I want to do. But you know, a lot of people, they do the same thing I do, but they just never get they never get viewers. And I always go through the Lost Ark list and look at all of the streamers, like from lowest to highest, and I just see that everybody's just doing what I'm doing, and I think that they're just like waiting to get like as lucky as I got, you know, like and start popping off. But I really don't know what keeps me going, but one thing I do know, I posted a whole bunch of screenshots on my Twitter, just like I just have had repeated success. My analytics, I always look at them and I always try to remember, like, even though there's some times that things are slower, there's always really good moments. And also, I sometimes, like 1 month ago, I had to actually look back at my YouTube to remember all the good stuff that's happened to me, because I don't even like Pokimane, she called me cute, and I put it on my YouTube and I pinned it, but I never like refer to it. Like if somebody comes to my Twitch chat and they call me ugly, I never be like, well, Pokimane said I'm cute. Never. Like I just kind of separate myself from all my accomplishments, because to me it's not valid unless I can repeat it again. So like for me, it was like at one point it was like being able to get bussed through my raids in North America. You know, all my videos were like, I got a free bus, I got a free bus, I was a raid leader, all over and over again. I just had to have repeated success. You know, at one point it was like I collabed with all these partners. You know, it had to be like repeated success. And for me, it's like one time is not enough, and it needs to be ongoing, continuous. It needs to be a repeated success, a better success, a different kind of success for it to even be successful. So it's kind of really hard. Me competing with myself, it's like one of my favorite things. So, because I know everybody just, I'm just really gonna say this. I know everybody's like, oh, you know all the stuff they say about me, right? But honestly, I just really think I'm really ahead of you guys. I really do think that. Thank you guys for always sticking with me. I love you. Bye.